Greetings and welcome to day 15 of 21 days, no complaints while practicing intentional gratitude. And oh, what a day. Today is Friday, May, I want to say 28th, 2021, and what a busy day it is for me. I apologize that the recording is coming out late to you guys. Typically, I've been trying to have the daily video up by 3. But it's been an interesting day, a lot going on in my world. And it's not all, don't get out the violin just yet. It's not that it's all bad or chaos. It's just that it is a lot going on. And so sometimes I'm spinning my wheels, and then I have to take moments to myself to make sure I'm grounded and centered before I entertain or entangle with other things outside of me. So I had to take a moment, you guys, but I wanted to stay true to life and committed to the cause that we got going and bloom from within love. And in tarot, the card number 15 is actually, I want to say it's the devil, Capricorn. And it is representing, before everybody gets all woo-wooey, it's representing the earth. That's why Capricorns are known to be rulers of the earth. Astrologically, okay, before you get your panties in a bunch, okay? Everybody's got strong suits. Every zodiac sign has a strong suit and a dominion, and every zodiac sign has an area of, I don't even want to say weakness, I'll say vulnerability, okay? But it's all about the earth realm, the 3D, all things tangible. It has everything to do with the physical body, our connection to Gaia, safety, survival, pleasure, sensuality. And when it's gone haywire, when the devil energy is out of whack for whatever reason, then hence this is where we get the energies and frequencies of codependency, the energies of frequencies of addictions, the energies and frequencies of anything in excess in the 3D. It has something to do with that devil energy being somehow out of balance. And so I just thought it fitting that I would talk about that a little bit for today, and how we can incorporate it into how can we be grateful about the devil energy in this now moment as of today. In what ways we can focus our heart and attention on the devil energy, whether it be an area of growth. Maybe you conquered something. Maybe once upon a time you were addicted to something and you're not anymore. Maybe once upon a time you had a tendency to go through these incessant cycles and you found that you've broken free. Or what have you mastered? Maybe, like I said, the earth realm, Capricorns rule the earth. What did you master in a sense of a manifestation? What did you manifest? No matter how big or small you think it is. But if it's a manifestation into the 3D, that has to do with the devil energy or the earth energy. And in the major arcanas, that is the devil. The major arcana for earth element is, well, one of them rather, is the devil. Okay, because we have Virgo and the Hermit and others, but one of them happens to be the devil. And so since we're on day 15, I just felt that was fitting, okay? And we're going to merge the discussion and chit chat all together. So how are we practicing gratitude with that? Not complaining about what we haven't manifested, or not even complaining about perhaps something that we haven't quite mastered. Maybe we're still dealing with an addiction. Maybe we're still dealing with a cycle. But just being grateful for, your growth, your awareness, and even your willingness to change. I have to say this because not everybody is. So if any of you out there has an energy and a spirit or a frequency of, I'm willing to change. I think I have this thing figured out, or this is all I've ever known, but apparently all I've ever known hasn't worked. So I'm willing to be open to the possibilities of doing and being and living and thinking and speaking and acting differently, right? And so, think about that and take a moment to pause and go, okay, Now here's a side twist, because I'm merging two things together here, because I only got like maybe, if I got 5 more minutes to wrap this up, or I gotta go. Okay, so a theme came to mind. Remember how I did that one chit chat, and it was about have you been catfished? Did you get restitution? So the theme that I'm getting for this one is, the movie theme is, he's just not that into you. Okay. And I'm thinking about this. This has come to mind the last few days, and I just laughed. I mean, it's not a laughing matter, but it's funny. I guess when you're coming from the outside in and you're no longer caught in that kind of shit, it's easy to laugh about. But here's the thing, if you've seen this old school movie, it's this perpetuating, media-driven, society-driven energy and belief systems where people are incessantly chasing and wanting people who have clearly showed that they're not that interested. Okay? Whether it be that they only contact them when they're bored, or when they're bruised and broken hearted. You know what I'm saying? Backup people. That's what I call them, rebound backup people. But the moment they get the people around that they really want, all of a sudden they have all of the time in the world, all of the attention they could provide, all of the nurturing and care, everything that they did not do in the connections with the people that they were truly, really just not that interested. Okay? And I want to share this from a place of love, no doubt. Okay? And somebody who can relate to this on both sides of the spectrum. I just want that to be understood, okay? So I'm not being insensitive, but I feel like, if for those of you who are on this journey and you resonate with what I do with Bloom from Within Love, and you are saying within yourself, I am ready to shift and be different inside, and I'm ready to manifest different connections. I no longer want to buy into the propaganda. I no longer want to buy into these stories of trying to win the bad boy and the bad girl, you know what I'm saying, and chasing and drama, and equating that to love, because that's not love. It's trauma bonding. Okay? That's not love. It is a program. It's trauma bonding. The highs and the lows of the chase, the highs and the lows of the drama. That doesn't mean the person is into you and love you. That means that they really ain't got nothing for you. I'm just keeping it real. If you watch that movie and you see these characters, you guys, each of these characters that were the main ones, right? All of them had a person that they really loved and was really into, right? And some of them, like, it wasn't reciprocated. Right? And so they were being dodged. The people had every excuse under the sun, whether it be they was sick, they was in the hospital, the phone was not charged, you know what I'm saying, and grandma died, you know what I'm saying, they got COVID. And I'm just playing. I shouldn't say that, but I'm just saying, because in truth, they just really wasn't that interested. They were only interested in the person when they lacked something. Okay, when they were bruised, when somebody had broken their heart, somebody played them, right? Somebody broken their heart. So now they get interested in the fallback guy and the fallback girl, okay? And then the fallback guy and girl is always looking at their phone. They're always looking at they're overly giving, they're overly caring, they're overly invested. And that person, you know what I'm saying, is really got their sights elsewhere, okay? And I'm saying this to hopefully bring you guys to come to the place to be willing on day 15 to face your devil energy and to accept, because it also deals with the ego. The devil card deals with ego. Ego is all to do with our lower nature. Ego is all to do, it's not bad, but it's primitive, okay? And the ego has this attitude when it's not in surrender to the higher self. It's this attitude of win at all costs, win or lose at all cost, right? Somebody's clearly displaying to you that they're not that into you. Not what they're saying, but they're clearly showing you by their lack of interest, by their lack of availability, by their lack of equal give and take and participation. They're obviously showing you, okay? It's action. Because the very people, listen to me, you guys, please. The very people that claim they're just going through a hard time in life, they're just depressed, they're just stressed, they're just this, they're just that. You know what I'm saying? Are the very same people who are really stringing you along, and they may very well be all those things, but they are looking to put their energy into other things. And that's usually what's happening. They're not that into you. They're not that vested. Okay? Because when people are interested and invested, nothing's going to hold them back. Just like in the movie. It didn't matter if they were stressing out. It didn't matter if this didn't go right. It didn't matter if this had got on their nerves. For the people that they really wanted, they would go to the lengths. They were going to be calling them. They would show up. They would wine and dine. They was attentive. All of a sudden, the people that seemed to be aloof and disinterested as a personality, for the people that they really want, had all of the personality and interest needed. Okay? And I hate to say this, but sometimes we may have to just accept that, it's not against you or me or anybody. It's not to say that you're not enough. What it is to say is that person is something within them. Because we have to accept that people could be honest. Yes, it would be nice if people were to be honest. Yes, it would be nice if people were to be forthcoming. But we can't rely on that. Okay, people are going to tell us whatever they feel they need to tell us to get whatever they feel they need to get out of us. That is the human condition, from a human that is operating in a low frequency, from an unawakened human, and a human that is low frequency. Okay, and especially a human that got personality problems. I'm just going to go on ahead and add that, because some of them is a combination of shit. You know what I'm saying? Not only are they sleep as hell, not woke, hashtag unwoke, okay? Like my son would say, that's ungood, mom. So I'm going to say unwoke, like a mug, okay? So not only are they unwoke, they low frequency as fuck, you know what I'm saying? And then they have a personality problem. And look, this is not a judgment. It's an assessment. It's an observation. We have to accept things as they are presented, not as we hope them to be. Not this Disneyland shit. This is the propaganda with that movie. One of the girls in the movie, she was incessant. She would call, she would show up, she would do all these things. This guy didn't halfway, he didn't want her. He went on one date. Okay? One. Now, I do realize in some of y'all's stories that it's a little complicated than that. Because people literally manipulated and played and strung you along and drug things out and just flat out lied. Okay? But in those cases, we still need to take face value. Because they could say they love you. They could say they want to be with you. But if they're cussing you out every other day, you need to caution that. If they're being irritated every other day, every time you're interacting with them, you need to caution that. If they're so in love with you, what the fuck are they irritated about? Okay? So chances are, if it ain't just the fact that they got mental problems, they got some other shit happening. And even if they got mental problems, it's not our job to fix mental patients, okay? That's something I had to swallow, because I have a son, and I believe because I've raised my son for 27 years, primarily on my own, and he has mental, impairment and the autism. I think that it's created this energy about me that I had to deal with and shut her down. I really did this year. I had to shut her down. Because that's kind of this caretaker energy, this energy of, poor people, poor, confused, mentally ill, like, and it's not condescending, it's kind of like that caretaker energy. But when it comes to our friendships and relationships, we ain't there to be the damn fixer of their brain. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna suffer the brunt of what's not right about them. Okay? They're not going to be able to see and appreciate you properly. They're not going to be able to honor it and reciprocate properly. And you're just going to end up mad. And it's not worth it, because you could have been investing in something healthy. You could have been investing in someone healthy. Okay? something that could, an investment that has potentiality to grow, not something that's just wasting your time and stalling out while they chase around, every hoe in America. You know what I'm saying? Or every manhole, you know what I'm saying? Or situation, friendship, whatever you want to call it, right? We deserve better than that. This journey is here and it's gone on the 3D. And we deserve to be in a vibration and creating experiences that are, first of all, worthy of who we are. Okay? We're not here to be the counselor and the fixer. Okay? Teachers and counselors and healers have a tendency to interbleed all this stuff, and it gets exploited. People got to wake up because they want to. If they don't want to, they don't have to, but that is their choice. People have to go the journey just like you and I. That's it, and that's all. That's it, and that's all. If they don't want to do it, they don't have to do it, but it ain't our job to be the energetic Band-Aid either. It ain't our job to be the emotional Band-Aid either. It ain't our job to be the emotional garbage can for people who want to dump on us either and don't want to do the work. Okay? But want to feel better by being in our presence, by releasing when they could access that on their own. Right? If they don't honor your presence, they should not have your presence. That's really the way I feel. And that's my new mantra in life. And this is coming from somebody that wasted a whole lot of time caring for a whole lot of people that didn't care very much about me. Okay? So, yeah. If they can't honor your energy, they shouldn't be blessed with your energy. Okay? And I know that everything is together, but I'm talking about in the 3D realm. And it's called a healthy boundary that's going to help you feel stronger and empowered versus feeling like you're going about spreading your time, your effort, your attention, your love, your focus, your nurture to people who are oblivious and don't see the dynamics of you, don't see the power of who you are. And if they see it, then their motive is to exploit it, which is all the more the reason, cut the fuck off. Sorry, not sorry. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think of it like that, right? And be grateful for that energy too. Everything ain't about Disneyland. I'm going to poo-poo over all of this whole myth of things when it comes to energy and healing and energy workers and spirituality. If you were a person that was overly nice, chances are your higher self is going to provoke you to go the other direction. See, this is why we have to tap into the higher self, because there's no template. There's no cookie cut way of things being. Your soul's journey has had a unique experience. And if you tend to be a people pleaser and overly nice, your higher self is going to start shaking you to say, that's not what love means. You got to have healthy boundaries. You got to stand up for yourself. You got to say no. You got to know when to walk away. You got to know when to put people in their place. You got to know when to not fight with people, not even waste your time on it. You got to know. That doesn't mean you're unloving. It means you're choosing you. And not allowing other people to pull you into their story when they don't want to do something about it themselves. Okay? So I know I went all over the place because I got to go here and I didn't really have a lot of time to prepare. But day 15, let's be grateful for the areas that we've grown and mastered and released things, people, addictions, where we're maybe just in the process and it's getting better. Or we manifested something. We manifested our freedom. We manifested new beginnings. We manifested, something that people said that would never happen, right? Let's be thankful for that and thankful for peace and solitude. There are some people that they can't find it, you guys. And this is why they behave the way they do. This is why they want to get around healers, okay? And certain kinds of individuals, whether they're consciously aware of it or not, because they want to dump off. They're not happy. They're discontented. And instead of them going their journey and figuring their shit out like everybody else got to do, they'd rather just get around certain people or go to some nice, kind-hearted woman and dump all their garbage and then go dilly-dally off with the sluts of the world, right? And then wonder why their life is hell. It's like, people don't get it. I'm laughing because I'm like, people be mad. They be straight mad. It's like, but you did it to yourself, though. I'm sorry. Like, you did it to yourself. You get what you sow into, okay? That's just the way it is. You thought that was the ticket. Eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't know what else to say. It's like, we all have to come to a place in life where we realize, look, how you treat people, oh, best believe you're going to get that shit back. You can dilly-dally and skirt and hide all you want. You can project, you can gaslight, you can triangulate, you can do all of the tactics you have been conditioned to know your whole life, okay? It's going to come an hour that it ain't going to matter, because it's not about a punishment. Hear me out now. We're all subject to this. It's the law of the freaking universe. It's the law of vibration. It's the law of cause and effect. Seriously. I'm not an exception. Nobody is. If we are going about living life maliciously to people, oh, you fencing to reap some shiznit. Oh, you fencing to. I'm just going to say that. Like on it for realsies. If you full of malice and envy and jealousy and resentment and bitterness and gossiping and backbiting and cheating and conniving and using and misusing and abusing, and you know you are, whether you're telling people it or not, talking about folks, oh, you finna get some shiznit. It's going down. And I'm telling y'all, please, maybe this will help some of you to kind of just let it go and even worry about the things that people have done to you. Let it go. And I'm not saying I'm saying do your inner work regarding it. Feel your feelings, validate your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Go through that process. Do what you have to do. Honor that, okay? Honor what happened to you. Pretending that it didn't happen, it doesn't help. It causes cognitive dissonance and depersonalization, and people wonder why people got mental problems. It's a disconnect because that's not the reality that you experienced. Trying to pretend like it didn't happen. So, validate it, but ask your higher self or your team or, you know, whatever you believe to just step in to help you to release it, forgive them, forgive yourself, put the boundaries on, move on, and bless their lives and bless them and may they be well, you know, energy, right? Because you're putting that out there, right? Because what you put, you're going to eventually get back to. It may not be from them, but the law of the universe dictates that you will. Okay? All right. I sent you guys love and light. Everything is energy. Balance is key. Let's be grateful for whatever we have mastered in the 3D. Till next time, namaste.